evening, good evening, good evening. It is Thursday evening, the 20th of May 2020. Oh, hi Vic. That was quick, you must have been waiting for me. It is our Freestyle Fitness yoga. So this yoga session is not really for anybody with high blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems. Hiya V. So make sure that you're all fine, you're all okay. Oh, I can't see that now. Hiya Kathy. Hello Kathy. Yeah. Make sure that you haven't got any high blood pressure, haven't got any diabetes, you've got no joint problems. If you do come to my class, so if you know that you've got high blood pressure, then adapt it to suit you. Always think about how you feel every time. Lovely. If at any time you feel sick or faint, or you get hot really, really quickly, then stop and sit yourself down and have a rest. This will be our last Freestyle Fitness of the free sessions. It'll be going over onto the Zoom sessions, so I'll be able to see you as well, which would be lovely. Right, where are we going to start? Yes, so I'm going to get you standing up, bringing yourself up onto your feet. Make sure that you've got enough space around you, that you're not going to hit anything or kick anything. I probably will. And you may need a block. We're doing shoulder stand today. So if you've got a wall or a piece of wall, then you could use that. But other than that, you may just be able to hold your legs up in the air. If you can't go fully into shoulder stand, then just legs up in the air and just holding them there. I don't know who just came in there. Hiya, Sati. So we're going to start with our feet in line with our hips. We're tightening up all our thigh muscles, our legs pulling in, working around the back, pulling our pelvic floor in, pulling our abdominals, shoulders back and down, hands pushing towards the floor, chin tucked in. We're going to breathe in, lifting our arms up, stretching up, trying to open up the rib cage, and breathing out. Trying to get as much air as we can out. Breathe in all the good natural air that's not polluted, thankfully, at this time. And breathe out all the rubbish air that we've collected through the day. Breathe in all the blessings that we have. Life, health, family, food, clothes. Breathe out all the rubbish that pops into our head. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in. And our last one. And then just bringing it back. Hands down by our side. So we're breathing out and bringing our chin forward. We're breathing in, taking it back. We're going to do now 4 forward, 4 back. We're thinking about where we can feel it. If you want to keep it forward and stay there because it's like, oh yeah, that's really nice, you can keep it there. You don't have to move with me if you don't want to. You may have thought of a different neck exercise and thought, I actually prefer that better. Then you'd stick with that. What I tell you is just a suggestion, but if you know better ones you prefer, you tried something else, you like it more, so stick with that. So we're tucking the chin in and we're just tick-tocking the head side to side. And again, you may find one side feels worse than the other. And then if that's the case, have a look at your pillows. Or again, it could be that we're sitting down at the moment being on our computers an awful lot more and our phones. So we're going to turn and look over the shoulder. And again, thinking, do they both feel equally bad on both sides, or is one side worse than the other? If so, what do I do in that one way? Is there something that I'm doing a lot of? And bringing it back. So let's do our forward backwards. I'm going to do it sideways so I don't bang into the wall. So breathe in, reach back, breathe out, bend down. Remember, if you want, you can swing them arms. And it just loosens up the shoulder blades. I think this is a lovely one, especially if you're on phones constantly, if you're on computers. Then sometimes we just want to relax them shoulder muscles. But again, it's the front and the back of the body, the knees, the hips that are starting to loosen off. We're going to do 2 more. And our last one. And bring it down. From here, we're going to swing and look round to the back. Keeping our feet flat on the floor. Moving from the waist. Making sure that the head goes first. And the rest of the body just follows. Ouch. She says that she bangs the hand. As I'm forever telling people, making on. So we're working on a diagonal from the legs, through the waist, the shoulders. And then we're going to bring our head back to centre. And if the body carries on going, we let it carry on until it wants to stop. Working from the sides. Breathe in, bring the arm up. Breathe out, reach it over. We're breathing in. And we're breathing out. We're working through the sides of the body. And we'll feel it also through the knees, through the hips, through the waist. Now remember, if I'm moving too quickly for you with the breathing, take the breathing to whatever feels better for you. Don't work with me. At the same time as working our waist, we're also working them shoulders again. We're turning the wrists and the hands, so the elbows, the wrists are getting worked at the same time. And our last one. And bring it down. So we're taking our feet slightly wider, turning them out so that the knees are going the same direction. And this way. We're taking the pelvis under. We're pushing the hands forward. We're curling the spine. We're breathing in. We're bringing the hands back. We're looking up. We're breathing out. We're breathing in. So we're doing a standing cat and cow. Working with our breath. Feeling the stretch through the back as the spine moves in one direction and through the front as it moves in the other direction. At the same time, we're feeling that stretch through the shoulders, through the chest. And also right the way down into the hips, the thighs, the bottom. And we're going to do one more, forwards and backwards. And then bring it back to centre. So from here with our legs in the same place, we're just going to lift the hips and kind of squeeze the sides of the body. So we're lifting it up. We're trying to keep them straight. We're not going forwards and backwards yet. But we're trying to move the hips so that they're lifting up. And it's this muscle in our side that's doing that for us. And then we're going to bring it back to centre. We're going to move it, tuck it under, We're going to take it over to the side. We're going to roll it back. We're going to bring it to the other side. Tuck it under, to the side, to the back, to the side. So we're going round in our circle. The whole time we're doing this, all the muscles around the body, the lower back, are all working. What tends to happen is that the lower muscle, the back here, tends to go in this direction. So we're working it to pull it back. So we're going to bring it back to our centre. We're going to tilt it back, over to the side, forward and to the other side. So we're going round in our opposite circle. Now remember, if you wanted, you could keep your hand on your hip and you can close your eyes and think about what that hip's doing. It's moving round as if you're just moving a cup in a circle. But all the same time, butt muscles, under the thigh muscles, everything is lifting and working at the same time. So we're going to bring it back to our centre. Then we're bringing our weight onto our right leg, tighten up the muscles in the leg, pull the pelvic floor, pull the abdominals in, flex the foot, bring it forwards and backwards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And move sides. Tighten up all that leg. Pull everything in. Flex the foot. Forwards and backwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And bring it down. Move the weight across. Again, tighten everything up on the one side. Flex the foot. Bring it across the body. Out to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And bring it down. Let's move. Again, tighten everything up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And bring it down. So we're working all around here. Let's take it into our knees and our thighs. We're sitting back into chair, lifting our arms, tucking our chin in. From here, we're finding a spot. We're breathing in to lift up onto our tiptoes. Pull them hips slightly forward. Breathe out, sit down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, sit down. This is number 3. Breathe in. Breathe out, sit. Breathe in, lift. Take the arms down. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Tilt the pelvis, reach out to our half bend. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, take it halfway. Breathe in, lift up. Remember to make sure the knees are not locked, but we are using all the muscles in the leg. And this is our last one. Taking it down. Breathe in, lift. Take the arms back. We're going all the way to the floor. Breathe in. Swan dive down, hands towards the floor, head comes forward. Breathe in to lift, reaching back. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. See if we can reach them hands behind. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Ooh, I can't remember if that was 3 or 4. We'll go one more just to make sure. Bringing it back up. So we're taking it into our twist. We're taking it down onto the floor. Breathing, lifting towards the ceiling. Breathing out, bringing it down. Breathe in, lift, To the other side. Breathe out, bring it down. Breathe in, lift up. Starting on our left side this time. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Here we go. One more on each side. Down twice, so 2 more times down. Make sure you're breathing, stretching. Feel the stretch. It's more through the rib cage rather than the waist. And our last set. Lift it up. Take the arms down, bring them feet out, turn the toes in. Start with our left hand down to our right knee. Here we go. We're breathing out, breathing into stretch, breathe out, breathe in, stretch, breathe out, breathe in, lift. Other side. One more. Let's go. And starting with the right hand. Bringing it up and bringing it together. Lovely. So we're going to bring ourselves into sun salutation. It's a jumpy version, and we do 4, but the fourth one in the second down dog, we're going to move straight into our flow. So bringing yourself into mountain pose, feet together, feet apart, it's completely up to you. Lifting up the toes, start with a good foundation. Tighten up through the legs, tighten up the pelvic floor, pull back through the abdominals, bring the shoulders back down, bring the hands together in prayer. Hold them here, take them up to you wherever you want to take it. Close your eyes if you can. If you feel all wobbly, start at your feet, tighten up that foundation again. Stay with your hands in prayer or take them out into lotus flower, completely up to you. Take 5 breaths, think about why you come to yoga. Why do you switch on? Why would you get in your car and come and see me? It's not to do with me, it's to do with you. So why? What do you want to gain? So, we're going to breathe in, lift and reach back. We're breathing out, we're bringing them hands down towards the floor into a full bend, and then we're lifting up into a half bend as we breathe in. As we breathe out, we're jumping back. And we lift into that half bend basically so we don't kick ourselves in the nose. From here, you're coming up onto your tiptoes as you're breathing in, but you're still kind of pushing your belly towards your knees. Come over into plank. Squeeze, push them legs back. Drop the chest, drop the toes, lift to upward facing dog. Step back to down dog. Look forward, bend the knees, jump in, go into your forward bend. And then breathing in to lift up. So I'm just going to do the breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. 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 I'm going the other side just in case you're missing on that side. Here we go. I'm not going to say, just breathe this time as much as you can. Okay, this is our fourth one. We're going to stop on the second down dog. And we're staying here. So we're going to take it into our flow. So we're going to start with our right leg. We're lifting our right leg up. We're stepping it in between our hands. From here, we're dropping that back foot, placing it flat down. Pushing the knuckle of the little toe down. Breathing, lift. From here, we're taking the arms out. The cactus arms. We're pulling the arms back to draw our shoulder blades. Then we're opening the hands out and we're turning. We're into warrior two. We're pushing to that front knee. We're pulling with the back arm. We're reaching forward, reaching over into side angle pose. You can lean there if you want. You can reach the hand to the floor. It's up to you. Or you can take it off. We're straightening the legs. We're opening the arms out. And again, you can lean on the leg. You can have a block, it's up to you again. You can take this arm out if it hurts your arm. Bend the knee, and that'll take you into a reverse warrior. From here, I'm going to shuffle down a bit. From here, you're bringing the hand down. You're coming round, you're coming onto your tiptoe at the back. Find your spot on the floor. Straighten that front leg into warrior one. Warrior three, sorry. Bend the knee at the back, take it down, take your hands down, push back to down dog. Come forward, lift it into cobra, push back. So, we're going to start with our left leg. So I'll be going backwards to you. Lifting the leg up, pull it in, step it forward. Drop the back foot, lift to warrior one. Bring the arms down. Let them move as they naturally want to. When they're straight, turn. Push to the front knee, but pull back. Feel as if you're being shot and reaching over. Work this side muscle here. Straighten the leg, reach up. Bend the knee, reach back. Reach. Come to the wall. I'm going to bring my hands into prayer so that I don't have to touch the wall. And then I'm taking my hands down, pushing back. I'm going to turn around the other side because I keep hitting the wall that way. Hopefully I won't do it this way. So here we go. We're going to start with our right foot again. And we're going to do about 4 of these. I'm going to go quiet now so that we can just focus on what we're doing. And that way I don't just keep going. Blah, 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 blah. So breathe when you have to breathe. Have we gone down? Yeah, we have. So let's take our right leg up. We're back to our right foot. One more, I'm spinning. Ah. Last one, last one. Woo. Let's back to that right leg. And then we're coming from here, down to the knees, push back to child. Have a rest. Woo, should have brought a flannel in there. Where are we? Okay. So, must stop saying so. It is so annoying. Right. New word. Right. We're going to take it now into side plank. You can do it on your elbow, you can do it on your hand. It's up to you whichever way you want to do it. As long as if you're doing it on your elbow, the shoulder in line. If it's the hand, the wrist, the elbow and the shoulder have to be in line. Everything else can be kind of out of line if you need to, but you need to make sure that you're protecting your joints of your hands. I'm going to do it from my hand. I'm a bit stronger than I am on the bottom. And I'm going to start on my weaker side. Now you can as well. I'm going to have my legs straight out, but if you have to, and you may see me do it, I might get so hot that I have to drop it. I might put my knee down and you can lift yourself up onto your knee here. And that'll make it a little bit easier. Your fingers can either point forward, they can point outwards, they can point back. That doesn't matter. It's the wrists, the elbow, the shoulder that have to be in line. Doesn't really matter where the hand is. Now, we're going to move. So, I'll show you first, and I'll do it with my knee down, so that while I'm showing you, saves me getting myself out of breath. You're lifting up, you're pushing the other foot flat down, you're bringing the arm up, you're going to curl your hand underneath, and then you're going to bring it back out again. Okay? So your knee can be down, your knee can be lifted. We're doing 5 on one side, we're going to flip over, do 5 on the other. So I'm having my feet together, and the feet are sort of like that, they're on top of each other. If you've got the knee bent, then you might find it's easier to put the foot flat down or place it out. But again, any way that it's easier for you, as long as you're lifting that bum off the floor. So we're doing 5 one side, 5 the other, and then we're going to do it twice. So we're lifting ourselves up, we're lifting the arm. We're breathing out, we're bringing the curl of the arm underneath. We're breathing in to lift up. Breathing out, squeezing them stomach muscles, squeezing that abdominal, squeeze them legs. Everything we would be doing if we were standing up. 2 more. Breathe out, 4. And 5. And bring it down. Let's try the other side. Let me turn that aircon on before I pass out. So, other side. Having the hands all in line. Feet out if you want. Lifting the body up. Bringing it under, breathe out. Breathing. 2. 3. 4. And 5. And bring it back down. So we're going to do the other side again. 5 more on this side. I arranged my hand better this time. Didn't like it that way. I turned it forward. Never a good one for me. So here we go. We're breathing in, lifting the body up. We're breathing out, we're curling under. We're breathing in. Three, 4, and last one, 5. Good. And bring it down. Last time, change sides. Hand underneath, get them in line. Lift. And reach down. Breathe out. Breathing. I like this one, it's a nice stretch workout for the back of the waist. There we count. And bring it down. Give yourself a little rest. We're going to work on our front and back. If you work on one, you have to work on the others. It's only right. So we're working on our, we're going into tiger. If you need extra padding under your knees, either roll your mat, get a towel, get a blanket, get some cushions, put them under your knees if you need to. Same with your hands, if you need anything on your hands as well. We'll stop and have a little rub of our hand in a few minutes. So we're bringing ourselves onto our hands and knees, keeping our knees again in line with our hips. So every time we go onto our knees, most people think that their hips are that wide. They're not. They're the same as if you were standing up. They don't get any wider because you're on all fours. And your hands are coming underneath your shoulders. They shouldn't be too far forward, they shouldn't be behind. You're squeezing your stomach muscle in, so you don't want your bottom or your back dropping. We're not going into a cat shape. So you want to pull up, pull the stomach in, pull the shoulders back, pull the neck forward as if somebody's pulling your head. You're going to start with your right leg. You're going to lift it off the floor and kick it out. Now your hip should be in line. It's not about how high you can get your leg. So you don't want your leg lifting up. You want to keep it in line. If you feel comfortable, you're going to take your left hand away and point it out. You're going to move up a touch. So we're holding it here as if somebody's pulling us out. We're holding it for about 5 breaths. And we're going to bring the hand down, we're going to bring the knee down. So we're going to do the same thing with the left leg and the right hand. You're going to squeeze all the muscles in your stomach. So again, pulling your pelvic floor, pulling your abdominal. Bring the foot out. Try not to lift it too high, but don't have it too low. The opposite hand comes off, it's in line with your ears, you're looking towards the floor, not looking up, not dropping your head down. Squeezing everything, let's hold, let's breathe. 1. And we're bringing the hand down, we're bringing the knee. I'm going to spin round. We're now going to bounce our legs. So lifting our arms and legs up. I'm going to turn around so that you can see the back of me and see what's happening with my arm and leg. And again, I can get into all of into Instagram as well. So, yeah. Sorry about my bum. So from here, we're going to take that right leg out. We're taking the left arm out. We're looking towards the floor. We're bringing the two and making them touch the floor. Now we're going to breathe in and lift them up. And breathe out, bring them down. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more. And bring them in. So it's just added a little bit extra work onto that lower back and to the bum as well. So we're going to do it on the other side. So we're taking the left foot out, we're taking the right hand out. We're bringing the hands and the foot towards the floor. We're going to breathe in and lift and breathe out, bring them down. Four and 5, and bring them back down. If you want, sit back, let the head drop, turn the palms over, let the head relax. We're going to take it into bow, so tiger bow. Now if you feel a bit wobbly in this, just be very careful, don't go into the full one. If you can't grab your toe, it's not the biggest thing, you know, it doesn't really matter. I would sooner you not grab your toe rather than you try and wobble around trying to find your toe, because if anything, you may let your knee drop down. Always be conscious of your legs. Don't just let the leg go, and make sure the knee doesn't slam on the floor. Okay, so be very careful about your knee. So we're bringing ourselves up. We'll start with our left leg. Take our left leg out and our right hand out. Now you're going to bend your knee in so that your toe is pointing, and you're reaching, you're still looking to the floor. So you can watch this first. You're reaching back for your toe. Now, if you can't reach it, I don't want you to be kind of doing this, trying to find your foot, because at any point you're going to slam that knee down. You're only going to hurt yourself. So all you're going to do is reach back. If your hand doesn't touch, then you're just going to hold it here. You're going to lift your arm up, you're going to push your foot up, but you're still looking down. If you're wobbling, you're going to keep looking towards that floor. You're not going to move, or you're going to bring one hand down and lift the leg up if you want, if you find you're really wobbling. If you can grab hold of the foot and push up and you're not wobbling, you can then look from your shoulder towards your toe and keep pushing up. Okay? So we're going to hold again 5 breaths, change over 5 breaths. So, start with your left leg. Left leg out, right hand out. Get your balance, look to the floor, squeeze them stomach muscles. Bend the knee, reach the hand back. If it doesn't grab, don't worry. Breathe in, lift the leg. Keep looking to the floor. Are you feeling secure? If you are, turn. Hold it here, or hold wherever you feel secure. Think about where it's easier to breathe, where it's hard to breathe. And then you're going to let go, make sure the leg stays there, so that you're bringing it back down. Let's do the other side. So right leg out, left arm. Pull the foot in, reach back. Find a spot on the floor, lift the leg up. See if you can turn. Hold it here. And let's bring everything down. As always, second time is always the better time. So left leg out, right arm. Bring them together if they can. Push up if you can. Turn your head if you can. And again, releasing, bringing it down. Last one. With this, you'll feel the stretching through the waist, through the arms, through the shoulder, through the front of the thigh. Everything is pulling backwards. Beautiful stretch, lovely, lovely stretch. As long as you don't fall over. Then it's not something. So we're going to push back to child. We're turning our palms over. We're letting our head and neck relax. The shoulders will fall forward. So again, all that pulling back that we were just doing, we want everything to fall into the ground. And then we're coming back. So if you want with your hands, give them a little shake. Backwards and forwards. Rub the wrists. And just open and close the fingers. And then just grab a tissue. Oh. So we're going to take it into supported bridge. Now if you've got a block, you can use a block. If you can use your hand, you use your hand. You may be able to use your hand and a block. You just got to lift your body a bit higher. You're going to have your hands in this position, so they're like a tray. But you're not going to use your thumb. So your thumb's not going to come here, otherwise the whole of your body is resting on that thumb and that tiny little ligament here. Not great. So it has to take the thumb out of the way. Make sure that you're sitting on a nice little arch of your back. Your elbows come down and they come that way. So you're going to roll the shoulders back. I'm going to turn around so you can see what the shoulders a bit better. Now with the shoulders, if your hand's turning forward, the shoulder blades pull in. If you turn your hands the opposite way, you'll see the shoulder blades come apart. What we're going to try and do is to roll the shoulder blades back and under. So we're trying to force the thumb back as far as it possibly can go. And then it'll lift up and it comes into that nice little straight part. It'll feel a bit weirder when we're down on the floor. So we're lying down. We're bringing our feet in. Like I said, you may need a block and have the block under your feet. You may want the block under your bum. But I'll start with the block here. We're tucking the shoulders underneath. So our hands come up and they'll come up and they'll come up like this. But then we're going to turn them that way. So they come up this way. The front of the wrist elbows are pointing up to the ceiling. From there we're going to lift our bum up in the air. And we're lifting our hands up. We're turning the fingers out to the side. We're coming up onto our tiptoes and we're seeing if we can get our hands underneath. Now it may be that your hands don't go underneath, but you just can't get them up that far. But you've got a block. You may find if you go up on the block, you can kind of come up on your toes and again just rest the block underneath where the hands would be. And that can be all that you want to do, is just stay here. In this position. or in this position, whichever you prefer. You're holding it here. Just let the body relax, breathe. And then we're taking our toes up, taking our hands out, letting ourselves come down. If your hands are under there, let your hands drop down, as if we're going into mountain pose but on the floor. So we're relaxing them elbows but not taking them out in too much of a stretch, because we're going back up again. So again, we're going back up. You can take yourself into either one. I'll do this next one with the block first to show you. So we're lifting up, we've got the block underneath, we're resting our body on that hip, and the big hip bone. From here, you're going to see we can lift one leg up. We're going to lift one leg up. You may find you can lift 2 legs up. You may not, but you may. The same thing with your hands. So again, even if you've had to step up to get your hand underneath, doesn't matter, use your block again. Lift up, get your feet underneath, try one leg, then try the other leg. If you think, oh, well, that's not too bad, then when you change over for the second time, see if you can bring the second leg up in the air, so that you're resting on your elbows. Now, there shouldn't be any stress on your neck or even your shoulders, because you're nowhere near either of them. You're resting on your hands. So your hands will kill, your elbows may kill, but your shoulders and your neck won't. So we're going to bring it back down. We're going to take our arms out. So that is the ported bridge that we're taking up. But you can also use it for shoulder stands. So I'm going to take us into a shoulder stand. Now you may find that if you can't go up, especially with high blood pressure, again you may find that none of these are very good for you. And you shouldn't be doing it if you've got neck problems anyway. But you should be off your neck. Now again, the same thing, you're rolling the hands back, you're pulling the legs in, you're lifting up, and you're catching your bum here underneath. Now you may find that you can only go here and you don't want to go any further, or your elbows start to stretch out. You can always put an elastic or a band around your arm to tie them in, and so they don't slide out. But you can stay here in this position. You don't have to go any further. If you want to, you're trying to push the legs up and you're trying to walk your hands up your rib cage, so that you're coming up and up and up and up and up. And you're pushing your hips forward. They will stay back, that's okay, that's not too bad. But if you can, you're trying to pull them as forward as you can. Now when you're coming out of it, you're walking your hands again back down your bum. You're protecting that lower spine. You're curling yourself down. Now, if any of those you think, no, can't do anything, you can always, like I said, you can stay here and stay with that. If you haven't got a block, you can always go to a wall, put your feet up a wall, or you can just have your feet up in the air like this. You can always hold on to them if your legs start to go, ugh. But you want to keep them together, you can hold on to them as long as they stay up in the air. So you've got choices, loads and loads of different choices. We're going to take it into whichever one. Shoulder stand if you can, assisted bridge if you want, or legs up if you can, if that's the only one that you want to do. Your choice. So here we go. We're going to hold again 5 breaths. Rolling them shoulders back. Make sure that's the first thing you do, so that it's protecting the spine. Bring the feet in. Breathe in. Lift the bum. Walk it to wherever you feel you can. Flex the feet or point the toes. Push them hips forward. Hold it there. It's great. It's rushing blood down towards the neck. So your thyroid glands, your throat. So tends to be, chakras we'd have to get into on another time. But if you're having problems sort of saying something to someone, this is a great one. It brings blood down to the throat, to the vocal cords, and so when you need to, it'll help you to say what you need to say. So we're going to bring ourselves back out. We're bending the knees, we're walking our hands down, we're holding our bum, and we're rolling ourselves down. Now, because we've gone up on our neck and it's been quite forceful, we have to go in the opposite direction. So with this bend your knee, we're going to take it into fish. You're grabbing hold of your thighs, pushing with your elbows, lifting your head up, stretching your chest, trying to put the top of your head on the floor, and then let the arms drop out. You can keep the legs bent, you can let them straighten if you want. But you'll feel this stretching all here, all the front, because we've been kind of squishing in the opposite direction. Let's just hold it here. And then we're going to bring our chest down. Let's just stay here for a few seconds. If you wanted, you could always do that breathing exercise. So trying to do a square. Breathing in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, hold that for 4 seconds. And then start that again, that's one round. You can increase that, you can bring into circles, into triangles, loads of different shapes that you can do, just messing around with your breath. I'm going to bring you up, so I'm going to take you over onto your side. Let yourself just lie on your side for a few seconds, see how you feel. How's your back, how's everything? And then we're going to bring ourselves up to seated. If you cross your legs, or straight legs straight out, whichever you prefer, I'm just going to get you to do a bit of a stretch to open up, because we've kind of pulled the neck back. So you're going to push the hands out, you're going to squeeze the stomach, same as we're doing, push the shoulders forward, bring the head forward. And that should feel lovely, nice opening through the neck. And then bring yourself back up. So, thank you very much. We're going to go and clap for the carers. So, thank you for joining me. Tomorrow at 11 I'll be doing a breathing one. I'm not too sure what I'll be doing. I'll find something and I'll do a breathing or a relaxation. I might do triangle breath or square, rectangle breath. We've done square breath, I might do rectangle. I'll see. So yeah, join me for that. That's at 11. And then if anybody wants to come and do my last free Zoom relaxation, just email me, message me, WhatsApp me, anything you want, and I will send you over all the information, the invitations for tomorrow. So, I will see you all then. Oh, hello. Hello, Claire. Hello, Sue. Hello, Sinead. Hello, Cathy. See you, Sati. Hiya, Katie. Hiya, Renee. Oh. Let me get rid of that. Hiya, Renee. Hiya, Windmill Boxing Club. So, yes, see you all soon. Take care. God bless.